Hi, this is Jennifer Bussey reporting with the East Texan, and I have with me Micheal Davis.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Mike D.
You are a Texan employee.
Yes, I am.
You are also an aspiring professional wrestler, correct?
That is correct.
How did you get started on wrestling?
Well, long stems from a time when I was a child growing up. Me and my grandfather, we'd always, get up in the mornings. We do our normal breakfast routine and all that other stuff. And one day I just turned on the TV and I seen WWF back in the day, which is the World Wrestling Federation. To those of y'all that are very young and don't understand what's going down with that. Yeah, I'm one of them old school cats. But the fact is I fell in love with wrestling when I was a little kid. And me and my grandfather, I made a promise to him that one day I would become a pro wrestler. And now 2016 comes around. I got a friend of mine that I've been knowing ever since my family babysitted him and all that. His name was Shane Bennett. But in the business, we call him Terrence Brookhaven. He's a good friend of mine, been a long-standing brother of mine. He introduced me to a person by the name of Bam Bam Richardson and Gene Valdez. God rest your soul, Gene. We lost him last year to he had staph infection after he got his leg amputated. Oh. So in 2016, I went to one of their house shows that they had in Ballin, Texas. And that's when I was like, yes, I'm hooked. I started my first official, that next month, I started my first official day of training. And 4 years from now, I am competing in the ring, being as a pro wrestler. And it's just been it's a dream. And you don't never let a dream go by. You always, if you want to dream that bad, you're going to chase that dream and work hard to attain it.
And you mostly wrestle in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
I wrestle in the wrestling business. We go territory to territory to territories because we want to make sure that we become not only a household name for ourselves, but we have an outstanding community out there that are fans of what we do, which is not sports entertainment. It's not WWE. I mean, I've got the scars right here to prove it. Oh. Where I've been laid open and all that and done matches that are, more taboo these days. Mm-hmm. So we go to places like here in Commerce, which hopefully we can get a match going here and a show here at A&M University Commerce. I'm still waiting for that. And we do shows here in Commerce, places like over in Leonard, Texas. We go to places like Whitewright. We go to Seagoville, Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's just a territory thing, just like what they did in the old school days where they just went to territory and territory to territories. We do the same thing because I come from the old school line of wrestling where it's territorial based. You got to be invited into the territory in order for you to do the show there. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, it just builds that constant network where you can go anywhere you can in the state of Texas, if not United States of America and possibly the world.
And do you know your ranking currently?
Right now, since I've been doing it professionally for a year. Mm-hmm. I trained for 3 years. It doesn't come overnight.
Right.
You're going to train just like what they do in theater, where you have to train your mind and to train your emotions to captivate that audience, to grab on to them. You got to go through a long, rigorous training process, and then once they deemed you ready to be presented in the ring, you start working the territory. You start working people, which in then wrestling terms, working somebody, meaning is that you and him having a match together. Mm-hmm. So right now I'm in my rookie year, and I'm about to be breaking out next year to do a lot more things for the business. And I've got other territories that are interested in for me to come down and wrestle with them. And this organization and this business that I'm in, granted, is nuttier than all get out, but it's just like here in A&M University, where you got your fraternal and your sorority organizations.
Mm-hmm.
We're a family, but we're also a part of an elite fraternity that's out there in this world today. We take care of each other like we've been brother and sister ever since we've been born. Because not only are you providing you great entertainment and you're telling a story as you would in theater,
mm-hmm.
but we also take care of one another while we're in the ring. Because in this business, one of the major terms that we use is longevity. You got to create that longevity by taking care of not only yourself, but the person that you are in the ring with. But to be a rookie, and I am 41. It's just salt and pepper. It is what it is, and it do what it do.
It's okay. I have some gray hairs up here.
Well, you'll be the judge on that. You see that it was a proceeding, and now it's just receding upwards a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. And speaking of Sodexo and you working here, how long have you worked at Sodexo, and are you a native of Commerce?
Born in Silver Springs,
Mm-hmm.
just about 15, 20 minutes away from here. But I never lived there, but only 6 months of my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I was moved here to Commerce to be with my actual family. And I've been to a few places. I've been to Waco, went to school there. Then I came back here to Commerce. I went to school here at Texas A&M University. And yes, I was the Van Wilder of this campus. And I do hold a record, but I'm not going to say it because somebody will think, oh my God, he wasted all the taxpayers' money to be doing that. But I started at Sodexo, and I was hired on Sodexo during the summer of 2016. And I started work, and I've been there almost, when October comes around, I'll be at Sodexo for 3 years.
So you started Sodexo around the time when you started training.
Oh, yes.
How was that?
Well, I started out going over, working at Sodexo. And then when I got my first check, I went straight to a place, I went to Bonham, Texas. And that's where I got to see my another live in-house show. And then something clicked. Being blessed to have a job in this economy that we live in today is always too often than not overlooked because of the things that are going on in our world today. Mm-hmm. And I'm a Christian individual, and so each blessing that God gives me is one step on the path to what He believes in my eyes is the path of righteousness. And for me to serve Him gave me these opportunities to become not only an employed person on this world, but also to become a professional wrestler. And yes, Sodexo, you have paved my way to becoming a professional wrestler. Don't forget that. But
yeah. So, what is the ultimate dream?
My ultimate dream, now that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
You sit down and you think about, well, you have your daydreams
mm-hmm.
to where you dream that something good will happen this day in order for you to become more blessed and to be more joyful and happy with the things with the outcome that comes out of it. My ultimate dream in life is to be somebody that is always admired.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the business that I'm in, it is a lonely business. Granted, you're with people, and you've got crowds of hundreds, if not at times thousands. But you always believe that you are the lonely man in a crowded room. My dream here, doing professional wrestling, working at Sodexo, which one day I hope I can turn this into an actual career, and one day run a company of this magnitude. But in the professional wrestling world, the dream of mine is the adoration, the inspiration that you can look at a child in an audience that is your fan. You could give them a reason to never give up or never let no one talk you into giving up on your dreams in life. Because the day you let somebody take away your dream, you will regret that for the rest of your life. I'm living proof that I chased my dreams, and now I've gotten my dream of becoming a pro wrestler. But I wish I could have been in the WWE, or TNA, wherever you want to go. But I'm happy to be actually doing it live in front of audiences. And one day, I wish that in my hometown, the biggest dream of mine is to do a big show, like a big house show here at Sam Rayburn Memorial Stadium in front of my whole entire hometown. And to show them that we don't have just not one professional athlete that came out of this town. We have two, which one that I'm referring to is the late Wade Wilson, the 4-team quarterback and the quarterbacks coach for the Dallas Cowboys, who I met and I knew personally because he was from this town. Mm-hmm. He was in my mother's, he went to school with my mother, my aunts, and my uncle. His dad was the principal here in high school for a long time, and his mother was my homeroom teacher. And he was the one that told me if I ever had a dream in my life, you better hold on to it and work hard to achieve it, because it's not going to be handed to you. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to work hard to get that dream and to accomplish it. And as they say in the business, the rest is history.
Well, I think that's all my questions. Well, one last question. Who is your trainer?
My trainer, his name is Bam Bam Richardson. He's out of Bailey, Texas. He's only about, if you have a really good arm, it's around 38 minutes away from the town. Mm-hmm. And we meet up once a month, if not, if he wants to meet up twice a month, however. He's the one he is my lead trainer. Mm-hmm. He's trained me for 3 years to do what I love the most, and that is to become a professional wrestler. And the friend of mine that introduced me to this gentleman, his name is Terrence Brookhaven. And there's the one that actually got me started in the business. Mm-hmm. His name was Gene Valdez. I spent 4 years being his road wife.
What does that mean? When
we're road wives, that means, we're separated from the people that sometimes we have to tour to places where our families can't be with. Mm-hmm. And so together, we ride together in a car, and we become what we consider as road wives, because we're out there to take care of one another. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's the camaraderie from all the things that we do in the business to take care of one another, to make sure that we're healthy, look after one another when we're out there, make sure that, if someone has an issue in their life or in their family that need prayer, we all band together in unison to make sure that God answers our prayers for our fallen brother or our fallen sister. I mean, we have professional wrestlers that have been to school here on this campus. Mm-hmm. But I'm the original guy from Commerce. And my wrestling name, I got two gimmicks. In the gimmicks, the world of professional wrestling, a gimmick is basically a character that we portray out in that ring while we're telling a story. My first gimmick is called Dr. Charles M.W. Davis, which I'm a psychiatric doctor that had a lot of disorders in himself. He had a lot of demons that he wanted to cast out of himself. So he decided to do self-experimentation, which caused him to be the most infamous mental patient in the world of the asylum. But I'm introducing a new gimmick pretty soon. His name is Micheal Wayne, the butcher on Culver Street. Which is, people are looking at me like, why are God's green are you doing this? Well, the fact is that sometimes in life, you have to dig down deep and go within your darkness, your dark self, and bring it out to the people to look at. And it's not because, oh my God, he's a Satanist. No, we don't need this now. No. Oh, that's my little Kevin Hart impression. I'm sorry about that. I butchered it. Kevin Hart, we love you. But the fact is in the wrestling business, our gimmicks are a complete opposite of who we truly are in life. Me, I do the gimmicks that are the dark gimmicks, the heel, which is the bad guy. And my gimmicks they go near towards like the paranormal. They go through the psyche of the mind and all that. And that's who I'm not in real life. In real life, I'm just your average big teddy bear here. I mean, look at this. Do you think this is the face of an evil individual? No. Don't answer that. But it's great that Texas A&M University Commerce is now wanting to include this our sport, my dream, to share among y'all here at A&M University. And you can see me in the calf, eye closed. I may not cook you burgers, but I'm not going to tell you where I'll get them from. That's the key. But you'll be getting a hearty meal every time you see me at the campus. Every time you see me in the calf, you can come by and say, "Hey, Mike, how are you doing?" Because I believe in one thing that is sorely lacking in this world, and it is the great hospitality, and to develop that relationship with that individual. Because that is a long-lasting. Y'all students out there, y'all got too much on your plate already. I mean, you got your schedules you're doing. You got to have your syllabus done. You got to make sure all your class projects, your papers, essays. I got carpal tunnel in his hand from writing way too many deadgum essays. And I know who I'm talking to you. You know who I am. My hand felt like I needed to go have surgery. Yeah. In that FMLA format, I have no idea. I was always believing in doing everything single-spaced. But I want to thank you for this opportunity for me to share my story, share a life deal. I mean, I'm a native of this town for 40 years. I've lived in other towns for a little while, but as they say, home is where the heart is. And my roots run deep into this town. And contrary to what people believe, this town is a beautiful town to be in. I mean, granted, it's a good time. It's a good town to be raised in, and it's a good town to retire in. But people are missing the big picture. That every town may have its quirks, may have its issues, but you have that love and that passion for your fellow neighbor in this town. So never discredit this town. This town's booming. This town's growing. A&M is growing. And it's a never-ending project to figure out, to get to the greater goal in life, and that is to make Commerce a more successful town and be more welcoming to people that are coming from the outside into this town.
Mm-hmm.
And like this nice young lady right here, she's probably from where are you from now?
I was born in Corpus Christi, but I was raised in Dallas, Texas.
See, she comes from the straight south. I mean, straight south. But she came up here to the Northeast, and look what she's doing now. Working for the journal, working for the East Texan, doing her life. Even writing a book.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Better buy it.
Yes,
If you don't buy it, I'm coming for you. And but I really appreciate this opportunity.
No problem.
And I'll be quite honest, it was kind of nerve-wracking
Mm-hmm.
because, not being interviewed is like, what in God's green earth will I ever say? I don't want to make a village idiot out of myself. Which hopefully this will be the entertaining portion of the interview. And she's been over here laughing and going back and forth. It's like, I don't know what he's saying, but I'm going to laugh with him.
I know what he's saying.
But I really appreciate this opportunity, and may you have continued success in the career choices that you make in life. And like me, hold on to a dream,
Mm-hmm.
never let it go, work hard, and you too will achieve your own dream.
You said it better than I did. Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome. Remember her. I'm coming.